Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about things that I recently spoke about or recently tried out and some first impressions, and I'm going to give you guys my updated thoughts on them. Before I get into this, I just want to quickly mention that I try to keep my videos not too repetitive, so if you're looking for a product that I'm not mentioning, it might be in my favorites and fails, so make sure you're checking those out as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with lash curlers. These two I really like. I've recently been checking out different ones, testing them. I've ordered a few more because I really like the way that my lashes look while they are curled. This one is from Shiseido. I used to use this one all the time on clients when I worked at Nordstrom, but this one is just the gold one for the holidays. I really like it, and I really like this one from Kevin Aqua. I don't know, is it Kevin Aqua or Kevin Aquan? Whatever I say, if I say Kevin Aqua, people saying it's Kevin Aquan, and then if I say Kevin Aquan, then people will say there's no N's. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about though, right? The Kevin Aqua, Kevin Aquan, that's what this is. Anywho, when I was talking about the lash curler that did not get along with me so well in my get ready with me trying new products, it was the LILLY lash curler, and I will insert a picture of it here. This thing, I have tried it so many times, and it just keeps poking me and pinching my outer corner of my eye, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't use lash curlers, because they scare me and they hurt. I gave this lash curler chance after chance. But recently, as in, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago, it decided to break. And it pinched me as it broke, which was more fun, even more fun. It wasn't at all, it hurt. I had a mark right here that I was having to cover up with eyeshadow. So the LILLY lash curler, it broke. I don't know what's going on with it. It was a little bit harder it's like it would catch or something as I was trying to use it. I could have possibly gotten one that was defective, and I could definitely put this into my fails, but because I mentioned it as something that I was going to update you guys because I couldn't remember the name of it, and now it's in the trash can, that's what it was. The LILLY lash curler. Let's talk about this beauty, the Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse palette. I liked this the very first time I used it, but I told you guys that I wanted to try it out with my regular brushes. I used his line of brushes whenever I tried it out. I definitely like this more with my natural hair brushes and with my Zoeva 227, which happens to be a mixed fiber. It is natural and synthetic. I feel like I get more pigmentation out of the shades, which I got pigmentation with his brushes too, so I'm not dissing that at all. It's just that I do prefer natural hair brushes, and this palette is just so much more beautiful in my opinion when I have those, because it just adds so much more and it just blends and it's beautiful. I really like it, and I find that this palette is very versatile. It definitely has a theme, but it's not overly blue, it's not overly warm, it's not overly cool. It has all of these shades in here that work really well together, and you get a really nice range. I think it's really pretty. Something else I want to update on is this shade right here is the one that I used in my video, and I had to build it up a little bit. These are not all created equal. Like this shade right here, this silver, you don't have to build very much. This looks wet, and it's not. It's not wet at all. They are so incredible. I like that they're not all super intense, but you can make them intense, and you can also sheer them out a little bit, and they're not going to be dry looking. I cannot stand a dry looking shimmer. And all of the mattes perform really well. I really like this shade. It has a purpley mauve undertone to it, which I really like. And then this blue, the whole palette, I'm just really happy with it. I have his highlighters. Those are really intense, and I think that they're gorgeous. I'm just not wearing my highlight as intensely as I used to. Sticking with Lunar Beauty, this is the liquid lipstick in Zaya. Lunar Beauty does something amazing with their packaging. I just have to throw that out there. This little crystal in the top, it's very distracting in a very good way. But what I want to talk about is not the color or the packaging, even though I just went on a whole spill about it. I like the color, but I love the formula. I'm not a liquid lipstick lover. I feel like I get really dry. I don't like the full-on transfer proof like I used to, because I just look like I have cracked lips, and it's not a thing, and I don't like the way it feels. This dries, but not all the way down. It has a little bit of transfer, but not too much. And if you wanted it to be super matte, you could just dab off the excess with a tissue. But I love the formula of this. This might be one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. So nice. If you want something that's going to have a great pigmentation, applies well, lasts really well, but is not going to really dry out your lips, yeah, this is a really, really good liquid lipstick. Now with the Lunar Beauty brushes, there's one brush that I have been consistently picking up, and I think it's because I just don't have a lot of this style, and as I am progressing in makeup, I think that I'm just preferring more of these. This is the Lunar Beauty E7, and I'm sure you guys can see it is just a little detail brush. I love these. I've gotten several recently, and I have been using them non-stop. This one is actually stained a little bit because I've been using it with black and dark browns and whatnot, and kind of stamping shadow right on the outer corner on my lower lash line. I've really been enjoying this particular brush. The NARS Climax Extreme Mascara. This held my curl all day long. I didn't have any issues with flaking or anything like that, and as I'm using it, it's getting to that perfect consistency. When I first tried it, it was a little bit more wet than I liked, but my lashes looked really good, and it reminded me of the regular Climax mascara, but I definitely like this one more. I'm gonna have to keep trying it out to see if it dries out. My Tarte mascara. But so far so good, and I've had it for 2 weeks. It's a bit, I don't remember how long it's been, but it's not drying up so far, and my silly little Tarte mascara is driving me nuts. I even have it on right now, and I think I was scraping the bottle trying to get it on. This is really, really good. It holds the curl like a waterproof mascara, but it's not waterproof. I really enjoy it. I'm liking this. All right, a while back I was talking about two foundations and I could not figure out which one was breaking me out, so I stopped the use of both of them, and then I started to introduce one, take it back out, introduce the other, take it back out, and I figured it out. It took me a while because, you know, when you're trying makeup, sometimes it can get a little difficult to pinpoint what is breaking you out, but I finally figured it out, and it is not my Chanel, what is this called? Le Beige Healthy Glow Foundation, Hydration, and Long Wear. It's the weirdest name for this foundation, but this does not break me out. It was the Rare Beauty one. So I stopped using that and I just started using this again after I realized it was not this that was breaking me out. I still think that I like my Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue better, but this one is a lighter weight than even that one is, which I would say that one's a light medium to medium. This one is more of a, if you get it to a light medium, that's where you should stay. Light to light medium, whereas the Estee Lauder one definitely has just a little bit more coverage. I like this foundation, not in love with it, but I'm very happy to know that it doesn't break me out. And in case you're wondering, I wear the shade B30. Oh my goodness, somebody told me that it's very likely that I would end up liking this palette more than the other one. I got two. The Lawless palettes. I have this one right here. This is the baby one, and then I also have the little one. I'm actually wearing the little one right now. I just really, really, really like it. It's good. And I can see why they thought that I would probably like this one better because of the colors, but I'm gonna end up using this more just because it's neutral, it's natural, it's just easy every day. This is what I would consider to be a natural everyday palette, but with color in it, without it being overboard. And these are so pretty. I wore this, I kind of like what I did today. I have a slight gradient, like a slight ombre effect on my eyes for my liner, and I did that with these. I used this shade, this one here, this one, and then I kind of mixed these two with this shade. These are beautiful. This purple, oh my goodness, look at it. Oh, it's so good. And then this reddish tone, they all blend really well. They have a ton of pigment. I would definitely recommend these. I love this shade. Oh, that's a good shade. And the shimmers, these are really pretty, but they're a little softer, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Look at them. This one, ooh, is pretty. The whole palette is so, so good. I'm so happy I finally tried them. It's gonna make me want to try even more. I did purchase the Bio Glitter, something from Lawless. It's a single shadow. There's two. I purchased both of those. I hope they're as good as these. You guys are going to think I am so funny or ridiculous for this, but I'm okay with it. I just wanted to know. The Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm, hold on, Diamond Balm in Rose Rave. I tried this again in my Get Ready With Me trying new makeup, and it's really beautiful. If you're going to use a glittery highlight, this is the one I would suggest. It has like this putty type of texture, but the thing is, on my skin tone, it doesn't show up as much as I want it to. So I took my, you guys are gonna laugh. I took my Way Too Dark For Me summer foundation and I put this on with that just to see, because I thought about giving it away to somebody that might be able to use it a little bit more. I was like, let me check. Let me see if this is gonna work for me during the summer. And it does, so I'm keeping it. It's so pretty. I love this formula because it gives that glass-like effect. It has glitter, but it's not overly textured. I love the color of this. I like this on me now, but I don't see it as well as I do when I have my summer shade on. So I'm excited to use this in the summer. Then we have the SURRATT Perfectioniste Concealing Palette. I bought two. I got shade 4 and 5, and I ended up giving them both to Kelsey, Brianna, they. The reason why I did that was because I was looking at the other shades and I decided to grab shade 2. That one has a lavender powder in it, and I love those types of powders. That powder already just blurs so nicely in that palette, so I wanted to have a lighter concealer and that lavender powder. So I will update you again, but that's the first update, is that I went ahead and gave those two shades 4 and 5 to Kelsey, and I ordered shade number 2, and again, I will leave a picture. The very last two products that I want to update you guys on are for your hair. These are both from Oribe. I got them when I did my Beautylish gift card event. Beautylish actually sent these over to me. I love my Big Sexy Hair powder play. That's what I usually use. And then I also love the Kenra Matte Putty Wax something. I don't know. The Kenra Putty, it is a little bit more on the matte side. This is the Oribe Air Style Flexible Finish Cream. This one adds more hydration to your hair, so if you have drier hair or you don't want to have that matte look and you want a little bit of shine, not wet, but just it looks really nourished, I like this, and I really like the smell of it. Look how much I've used. I've used quite a bit. Smells so good. My kids are always hugging me and they're like, oh, that smells amazing. What is that? Is it your perfume? I'm like, no, it's my hair. It's my hair. And then this is the powder. So instead of using the powder play from Big Sexy Hair, I go in with this one. This is the Oribe Swept Up Volume Powder Spray. I still use them both, and I still use my Kenra as well. This one I will use if my hair needs to have a little bit of a drier texture, because the powder play has a little bit of moisture. I don't know how to describe it. When you feel it, it feels slightly, like almost cold, and it has just a little bit more grip. This one is drier, and I find that when my hair is oily or I just need less product, because this is definitely less as well, it's more airy, I use this one. So I'm liking them both, and I'm not going to stop using the others. It just depends on how I want my hair to look, what style I'm using, but I'm definitely really enjoying those. Anywho, you guys, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my updates. Make sure you're checking out my favorites and fails for the month, because I will have that out as well. And no, it will not be the same as my 2020 favorites and fails. I'm going to try to keep them, again, not repetitive. I love you all. I hope everybody has an amazing Christmas, or had, because I don't even know when this video is going up. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.